a giveaway. So make sure that you obviously tune in, you like, subscribe, drop a comment, and follow both of us on Twitter. I'll put the Twitter accounts obviously throughout the video, so you guys can follow us on Twitter. So yeah, let's get started.
Hello there.
Hi, how's it going?
Yeah, really good, thank you. How are you doing?
Good. Yeah, not bad, thanks. Not bad. So good to have you on today. Obviously going to be speaking about Sheertopia, the vision, the plans, how you guys started, and what you're going to be doing obviously throughout the bull market onwards, really. So yeah, let's get into it.
Firstly, thank you for inviting me on. Looking forward to it. And yeah, any questions that people have got as we're going through, please do put them in the comments as well. We'll get back to people. And I'm sure you said as well that we do a little AMA at the end. So looking forward to speaking to people about what we're building here.
100%, 100%. As you guys can see as well, I've got the website here. I love the website. The website is really cool. You've obviously got the graphics and stuff like that. So, but then obviously we'll go through the game, the gameplay, and yeah, just really the vision and what these guys are up to. I think this will be a solid project coming into the bull market. They're really active in terms of all of the activity. They're building a lot. They've got loads of upgrades and updates and stuff to the game as well. So, so yeah, let's speak about the game. So what made you start Sheertopia?
Well, I've been a gamer through and through my whole life, like since I was 8 years old. First computer was a Commodore 64, so showing my age a bit there. I'm 42. I've had every computer you can imagine in between. But really what it was for me is once I'd had kids and realized the big difference in how I was a gamer and how they're gamers. So your kids are at home, they've got their headsets on, they're playing their video games, and you think that they're fine, just having a great time, like I was when I was a kid. The reality is that that's not always the case. And unfortunately, my daughter suffered quite a lot of like cyberbullying. Her favorite games were Fortnite and Roblox, and she used to love playing those games, but there were a load of people that were like really mean to her, and it really affected her mental health. And it made me understand how much of a difference there is in the industry sector for creating a safe gaming environment. Very few companies are out there trying to fix this problem, but it's huge. There's bullying, there's racism, there's grooming, all sorts of stuff that's happening with people in online chats, in these lobbies, on Call of Duty, on Roblox, on Fortnite, you name it, Minecraft, whatever. And for me, I really felt that horrible feeling of what can I do to help my child? She really loves doing this and wants to have fun. And I just couldn't get anywhere with it. Reached out to a couple of companies and had absolutely nothing back, not even a response. So I've been in crypto for a very long time anyway, over 7.5 years now. And we've been building in the industry. We've been helping people with education, onboarding, making sure that they can navigate the space correctly. And just my love of gaming and also the foresight that I've had, especially from a technology perspective, I knew that that whole metaverse boom was going to explode. So I'd identified early projects like the Sandbox, Decentraland, the Axie Infinity that absolutely exploded last bull run. And I just thought to myself, do you know what? They're still not focusing on solving a lot of the problems that are out there in the industry. They're adding fantastic technology and all this great Web3 technology that allows people to play and earn and allows people to make money while gaming and giving people true digital ownership of in-game assets. But the problem of online toxicity is still there. So we decided we wanted to build a project that brought back that old school gaming vibe, but kept everybody safe at the same time and had all the technology as well. So we're massive proponents of making sure people are safe, mental health, building fun and engaging games, and also making sure that they're educational. Because one of the major things that's missing in this industry is education. The problem is that you're trying to turn around to a normal gamer and get them to come and play a Web3 game. and expect them to be okay with paying gas fees for every single transaction and in-game asset that they're buying. They don't understand what wallets are. They don't understand what seed phrases are. They don't understand a lot of the risks that come, wallet drains, all sorts of things like that are out there. So we want to make sure that people are onboarded properly. They understand exactly how to get into this industry. But we also realize that there's this huge gap in the market to bring on online gamers that love playing mobile games and get them educated about all the benefits that Web3 bring. And if they're interested in taking up that aspect of it, let them do it in their own time instead of forcing it upon them. So the passion is my kids and my own experiences in gaming. But it very quickly became apparent to me and a lot of other people in the market, because I've got a very large network, that this is something that's a major problem that people need to fix and get behind. Education is one thing, but also, you know, you've got to look at it like this. There are kids that are out there that are socially awkward, that have got mental health problems, but they deserve to be able to play video games and have fun. They shouldn't have someone on the other end of an online chat or a microphone taking the mickey out of them because of how they speak or how they look. That's not okay. So, and that's for the child or for the even adults that are in that situation too. But think about it from a parent perspective, right? You want to know that your kids are playing games and having fun, and they're safe while they're doing it. They're not going to hear stuff that you don't want them to hear. And for us, that's been one of the things that I think makes us really unique.
I think this is what we, when we first in the kind of the AI like NPCs and stuff within the game, and what you guys are doing is very different to all of the other games out there. And I think when you look at crypto projects, when you look at businesses, it's all the same. You want to kind of back a team that are visionaries and are doing something a bit different, and they actually care about the product. So you guys are doing is very different to a lot of the other companies out there. And I think you're smashing it so far. I think you're doing really, really well. And this is why I wanted to back you guys as well, because it's just different. And I think it's going to go far, especially coming into the bull market. So let's talk about kind of strategies. What, as any business, you need obviously that strategy to kind of expand and kind of go into different markets, onboard new users and gamers and stuff. What's your kind of plans in regards to like onboarding new users within the game, and how many users do you currently have at the moment?
Yeah, okay. So one of the biggest things that I just want to highlight on that question first is it's very, very easy to fabricate numbers in this industry. Okay. And again, we want to be transparent with everybody. That you've probably seen these videos before where you see about Web3 gaming, and there's a guy that's got 1,000 mobile phones in one room that are all playing the same game, and then you've got a company that have apparently got 100,000 downloads. It's absolutely pointless going down a route of that nature, because you're not going to have people that stick with you, and those, they're not even real people. So we've always made sure that we've had a strategy in place to make sure that we're targeting the right demographics and right areas, but B, we understand the value of bringing a new user, whether they're Web 2 and just normal gamers, or whether they're Web 3 and already understand all of the technology that's out there. So we're running ads on Meta. We'll be running advertising on Instagram, on Facebook, purely for the game. Just come and download and play this fun game, right? Nothing about crypto whatsoever. And then we're also going to be running ads on X, on Twitter, which is more about the Web3 elements that are involved in the game, to encourage those types of users. But one of the biggest strategies that we wanted to employ is having this game on mobile. And the reason for that is mobile games count for over 50% of the entire gaming population. Now, the more that technology is advanced and the more that mobile phones have become appendages to us, you know, it's almost part of your body these days, especially as for myself and also for my kids. We're always if we've got spare time, jumping on and having a little go on a game, or having some fun on whatever it may be, Flappy Bird or whatever floats your boat, Candy Crush. And that for me was a major thing, because we're an open world, okay? And we're an RPG, and we've got multiple mini games that we're building and having available inside of the world. So I didn't want to be stuck to just one genre either, which again, there are certain games that are in the industry that are a fighting game, and that's it. That's all they are. They are a fighting game. I wanted to build a world and have more of an approach with what you see with the likes of Roblox, the likes of Fortnite, which are some of the most successful games of all time. They have all sorts of different game modes and different things that you can do. So I've played Fortnite and been live streaming this to our community, showcasing all the benefits that Web3 could add to the game, but also showing that it doesn't matter if you're a fan of puzzle games or shooting games or zombies or whatever it may be. There's something for everybody in there. They've built one of the most amazing metaverse experiences that you will ever see. But they've got no Web3 elements at all, no blockchain technology. I don't know if they'll bring it in or they won't. But what we wanted to focus on doing is giving that same kind of flexibility to users, where if you want to just chill out and explore and go and find out more about Web3 and interact with different non-playable characters, you can do that. If you want to do the parkour and be running as fast as you can and jumping in and vaulting and climbing and trying to get the best time that you can do that too. And then we've also got those temple run style runners like Subway Surfers, because we're trying to build an ecosystem where there's something for everyone. We want people to be able to spend time there, hang out with their friends and have fun all in one place. But it's so important to us to educate people and onboard them. So for us, we want to ensure that the experience someone goes through when they download our game and start playing it, it's seamless. It's just like they're playing another game that they've downloaded on their phone. It's not complicated. They haven't got to download and install MetaMask and understand about seed phrases and set up this and set up that. It's literally as simple as you can log in with your Google account and everything else happens in the background. They haven't got to worry about setting this up or knowing how to do that. And the beauty of that is you're onboarding people into Web3 without them even realizing that they're interacting with Web3. Now, if they choose to, through the course of interacting with the game, have more of an interest in it, which obviously we're pushing. We want to push that narrative because we love Web3. We think there's so many benefits to people and there's earning capabilities, but it's down to the user. You're not forcing it on anyone. You're leaving little breadcrumbs of information. And if they want to, they can get involved. If they don't want to, they can just play the game and have fun. No problem. So we wanted it free to play so everyone can access it.
So with the game, you're obviously doing partnerships with other gaming companies. Are they going to be shown in the game as well? So you can kind of go into their world and play other games and kind of have different experiences and stuff as well, yeah?
Exactly. Cool. That's a major part because we want to build out this metaverse world that's undeniably Web3. So you can see on your screen, Immutable X, Scale, Polygon. When you go into the game, there are buildings scattered around Sharetopia that you can go up to that have got the branding of these companies with non-playable characters outside. You can walk up, interact with the player. And when you interact with the player, it gives you more information about what Scale Network is, what they do, how you can get in contact with them. So this gives projects brand visibility inside a video game. And it also teaches people about Web3. So people that are playing the game that are already Web3 savvy, it's a great advertising opportunity for projects that are out there. But we also know there's enough room for everybody. So we've got other games that we love, that we're partnered with, that we work with, that we're in spaces with, that we do live streams with. And we've given them brand representation in there too. Because the way I look at it is collaboration is key. The more reputable companies that you can work with and pull together and put yourselves in front of other communities, the more onboarding and the more growth you're going to see. It's as simple as that.
So with the game, obviously, ultimately it's a business as well, because it needs to generate revenue for the business to keep expanding and moving forward. So how does the game and the business overall like make revenue? What are the kind of revenue streams?
Okay, so there are multiple revenue streams. You've got NFTs. So the plan here is with our Genesis collection, people will be able to purchase NFTs which will represent characters. Those characters are going to have different skins. You're going to be able to upgrade those NFTs. You're going to be able to use these NFT characters in certain game modes and in independent games that we're working on. For example, we've got our Gen S Battleground game, which is going to be going live very soon. And that's a PvP wagering game, which will allow users to choose their favorite character, some of our unique characters or characters that they already know in the space, like Pepe, like Doge, like Brett. And if you remember the old school fighting games like Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Tekken, and Dead or Alive, we've built something of that nature where players can wager cryptocurrency like Ambo or Matic, whatever it may be. They can fight against each other. The winner takes the majority. A portion goes into a prize pool so that free-to-play players have always got something they can win and earn with. We've also got a portion that comes to the project for future development, but every NFT holder will also get a portion of that as well. So obviously that is one way, but you've also got in-app purchases as well. Because we're on the Apple iOS store, the Apple App Store, and we're on Google Play Store, that allows us to monetize those in-game assets too. So it doesn't have to be purely about crypto. We can also have the ability for people to buy skins and weapons and in-game items and power-ups for energy and things like that with their debit, credit card, Apple Pay, GPay. So that's another earning mechanism. Yeah. But then you've also got the token itself. So Ambo token. Now you've got future speculative price growth off the back of that. You've got staking that we're starting soon as well. So there's going to be multiple benefits to people that stake our token for a 3-month, 6-month or year period. And there are multiple other ways with what we're doing with a lot of our partners. So some of our partners and people we're in talks with at the moment, for example, they've got very well-known meme projects in the space that are, very well solidified. They're not going anywhere. It's not like a brand new meme that's been spun up. These are well-established meme projects that have got huge communities. Now, we've already agreed with a few that we're going to bring their characters into our ecosystem. But on top of that, that's obviously going to excite their communities, and they're going to want to be able to use those characters to play with, which creates new NFT collections that people, again, will be able to profit share off the back of. Because as I'm sure you know yourself, you've been in the space for a long time, your first purchase of an NFT, that funding's coming to the project. Anything that's future for royalties or for secondary sales, that's between the people that own the digital assets at that point. So that's another earning mechanism that we've got there, because one of the things that we've got that we have been promoting to a lot of people is end to out, which is NFTs to live. And what we're saying is, hey, if you've got an NFT collection and huge community, speak to us, and if the fit is right, we can bring your character to life as a 3D game character that can be used in game. We can share the sale of that NFT collection between both communities, which helps us to grow. It helps them to grow. But you're bringing massive utility to the community to now have their favorite character that they own these NFTs for, that they can play as a playable character in a video game world in multiple mini games. So there's a few different ways that we've got revenue streams here.
I think as well, what you mentioned is obviously with the partnerships and stuff like this, you're going to get a lot of people coming from other platforms just off the back of the partnerships as well, which is obviously going to onboard new users and gamers and stuff as well. So that's obviously a great thing. What's your current partnerships and what partnerships have you got coming up or in the pipeline or anything like that?
Well, I mean, we've got a lot of partnerships to run through a few and the importance of them. We've got Scale Network. What Scale are doing with us provides huge value to the end user. If you think about it like this, imagine you've got an NFT marketplace and you've got all of these different assets and collectibles and things that you can use in game. Every time you use one or you want to exchange one for another one, there's a transaction that needs to take place on the blockchain. Now, if you were to work with a project or a blockchain that has a gas fee associated to it, it's going to be a deterrent potentially to the user, because they're going to think, hang on a minute, why have I got to pay for this? If you're a normal gamer that knows nothing about Web3, we know that's going to be a big turnoff. What Scale Network do is gasless transaction fees, and it's unbelievably fast as well. So what we're able to offer is a seamless experience where all of the transactions that will take place in the game itself are free to the user. We think that is a massive tick in the box. And, you know, you've got to look at it like this. As much as I love Ethereum, okay, and also layer 2s that are built on Ethereum, which Scale Network are one of those, if you had ETH gas fees at certain points in the market, which we know are crazy, imagine that you wanted to buy a skin that's costing you $10, but the gas fee's $80. It's going to be a little bit of a turn off. So, you know, we've thought a lot about who we want to partner with, what value they can bring to us, what value we can bring to them. The reason that we're partnered with Polygon, I think out of the majority of blockchains out there,
that was actually the next question. Why Polygon?
It's, well, look, if you were to say what's hot right now, Polygon are not hot right now. You know, Base or Sol would be where they'd be your go-to. But I'm not thinking about right now. I'm thinking about the future. I'm thinking about the aggregation that Polygon are working on. I'm thinking about how much help they've given us from the get-go when we started building this project, and the community that has been fostered and the network that's been built. You know, I'm a massive fan of the Polygon ecosystem. I believe as well in popcorn effects. You always see a number of chains that are really hot at the time, or a number of narratives that are hot at the time, but utility always comes through. That's why gaming will always come back. That's why AI is going to come back. That's why DeepIn will come back. It's why layer 2s will come back. They'll all have significant growth through the duration of the rest of the bull run, but they're going to happen at different times and get attention at different times. But I love Polygon and I'll always support Polygon, and we wanted our token to be on Polygon. In terms of Immutable, for our alpha version of our game, we always plan to work with Immutable to have the game accessible on, let's be honest, probably the hottest gaming blockchain that is out there, especially when gaming was popping off earlier in this run. Everyone's been talking about Immutable. They've been partnering with huge giant companies like Ubisoft, and then also QuickSwap. So QuickSwap are the biggest DEX for Polygon. Love the guys at QuickSwap. Darren, big shout out to him. I always join their spaces every Friday and speak on different topics there. And that's another thing I love about QuickSwap and Polygon. The topics of conversation are at the top that you can imagine. Some of the names that they get onto the spaces are fantastic. I was there last Friday with the CEO of Polygon. You know, that's the level of individuals that are talking on there, talking about the future of aggregation and how we can have cross-chain functionality. These are such important things. Now, they might not be huge talking points or for an audience of people that just want to invest in a few tokens. But for a builder like myself and someone that's been in the space for a very long time, these are huge topics that need to be discussed so that we can help build the future of this industry. Then we've also got people like Medieval Empires and Luke Berkfeld, who's the BD there, and New Era of Gaming. For us, these are people that just are workhorses in the space. They're fantastic for connecting people. Medieval Empires as well, they're a completely different genre of game to us. They're a mid-course strategy game, but they've gone above and beyond in the way that they're building their game out. They believe that we're doing the same. And there was that automatic connection where we wanted to be able to add value to each other's communities. The next one that's really important I would talk about is eMoney Network. Now, eMoney Network, the connection that we have with these guys is bringing something that is at the forefront of gaming. And that is, and I've not seen this with any other gaming projects, but if there are any out there that are offering this, I would love to hear from you. We believe that we'll be one of the first, if not the first project that can offer an full AML, KYC, which is anti-money laundering, know your customer, but also every user that wants one can have an IBAN account. So that's an international banking account number. And also it would give them a fiat and crypto on and off ramp, all fully regulated globally, which means that we have no restrictions with where we offer our product in the world, which is huge. You know, this is something that has been a major problem for a lot of GameFi projects that have gone out, launched their project, advertised it here, there, and everywhere, and then the regulators have come and knocked on their door, and different countries have come and knocked on their door to say, hey, you can't do that. And some of these have been shut down and you've never heard from them again. You know, all of the regulatory framework is so important, and the laws and the legislation. And, you know, we've had to bring on top-notch advisors that understand this globally to ensure that we're delivering this in the right way. We've also got partners like Mogaland. Mogaland are, again, massively educational. They've got really fun and innovative games. They're one of the most amazing that I've seen for thinking outside of the box with teaching people about investment. So what they do, they've got this really cool game where you've got showing you the charts and the ups and the downs and letting you know where you should buy and where you should sell. And you've got this little guy that's in like a roller coaster and you've got to choose. So it's gamifying that learning experience. And that's so important because that's something that we're massive proponents of too. Everybody that plays video games comes there to have fun and to socialize, but it's one of the most untapped areas for educating people. But it is the future of education because you've got to think about how we're going to socialize, how we're going to spend time together, how we'll watch movies together. COVID showed you that, where Netflix started doing everyone presses play at the same time and watches a movie, and then you're all in a chat on Snapchat or whatever it may be. But the metaverse and VR and these headsets, for me, is just a natural progression of where things are going to go. I always give the example to people of Ronaldo and Messi. Now, these guys are best footballers in the world, arguably, right? Now, anybody that's teaching a kid how to play football, they can't take a free kick like Ronaldo. They can't take a penalty like Ronaldo. But imagine Ronaldo's got all his green suit on and he's put all his little bits on his body. And it shows you exactly how he takes his free kicks and his corners and how he trains, right? Then you have that as an experience on a headset. Now kids can go to the park, whack on the headset and learn how to do things from the professionals directly. That is mind-blowing. It's the future. And I tell people, if you've not watched it, go and watch Ready Player One, the movie. You know, we are a lot closer to it than you might think. But yeah, I'm getting carried away here. I've got so many
wearing one of them headsets and going to the park, putting out, I'll probably run and kick a tree by accident, break my foot.
Well, thing, like we laugh about that, but the way that they are today, it's like you can see through it still. It's only when you map it out. It's like,
I've remember them what's it called? Them Wii things that you put on I think you put on the headset or whatever, and you're holding the thing. Do you remember that?
Yeah. There've been loads of them, like Sony, and it did okay. I think Meta have done really, really well with their headset. I think the Apple Vision Pro headset is unbelievable. But the only thing they need to work on, and it will come in time, is reducing the size of it down and making it more comfortable for people, because a lot of people get motion. Yeah. Some people get motion sickness type feeling off there. I don't. But if you're sat down and you've got one on and your feet are on the floor, you feel fine. But I'm telling you, you're going to see before you know it, just like sunglasses that are going to have a lot of this technology just built in and batteries in. There's already the streaming sunglasses that Ray-Ban did, and they worked with Meta on those. Like the future technology is crazy. Look at what phones can do today and think about what they were like back in the day. When I was a kid, you had a briefcase for a mobile phone. Because I remember my mum had one. And I'm telling you, that thing was a weapon. It was like a brick. The battery was huge. You had to pull up the aerial. It would only have the keys to make the phone call. And look at today. We've got brand new mobile phones today that are more powerful than some of the laptops that we own. It's crazy. But this is where the advancement will go. I think augmented reality and virtual reality are going to be huge. And they're going to play a major part in what we're building for the future as well. Just quickly to move on to some others. I mean, there's so many that we've got, but we've got people like Magic Store and Carve.io. Now, these are very popular gaming marketplaces for Web3. Some of them are also Web2 and Web3, but these are places like, imagine Epic Games Store if your game was on there, but from a Web3 sense. They've got lots of users that are coming on and trying out different games. But what I love about Magic Store is they go for a full validation process with any game that is going to get listed on their project on their platform. So we had to go through and show them all of our auditing for our token. We had to go through and do KYC with them. We had to show that we are fully doxed. We had to go through all of our socials with them, everything. Like the validation process is so strict. And then after that, they put a vote to the community, and the community have to vote over a certain percentage in order for your game to get listed. So we had over 3,200 people vote that we don't know any of them, and they're not part of our community. And we had like an 87% success rate, and they listed us on the platform. But that puts us in front of new people, and you can start to run campaigns where you can get people involved in quests and playing the game more and giving you the feedback that you need. So these are really important things. And then we've also got ones that are in the pipeline for you. We've got one with Fuse Wars. There's a bit of alpha for you. Now, Fuse Wars, they've got a unbelievable third-person shooter. Right? It'll remind you of like Halo. Yeah, it's awesome, mate. And they're on the Epic Games Store. It's really good. Like I got to try it out on a live stream that I invited them onto. Unreal game. And what I would say with Fuse Wars is they immediately recognized that, yeah, this problem does exist out there with online toxicity. They love what we're standing for and what we're doing, but they're also trying to tap into and get into that Web3 world, and they love what we're building as a world. So they said to us, yeah, we would love to get involved. We want to create like a unique experience that people can have where they'll come and interact with one of their players in our world, that we can then have this special parkour course where you get to try out the character. And again, some people say I'm crazy for having call to actions in our game to leave our game. But the way I look at it is, it's not about how many players can I keep here and how much will they spend. It's about making the industry a better place and showcasing all the fantastic projects that are out there. So that for me is more important. And there are many others that we've got in the pipeline as well. There are a lot of other games. There are a lot of other people that will probably get annoyed with me for not mentioning them, but I'll very quickly whiz through. So there's T3 Play that we've recently teamed up with, who have got a fantastic first-person shooter called Polygoners. Our main character is being featured in that game as well. They've got a really, really cool game, and we tried that out. There's also Ethos, that are a great marketing company and platform, Versus X, that have got these really cool hyper-casual games. So, you know, like the golf games, where you've got like golf simulators and things like that. They've got something that looks fantastic. They've done a lot of work on that. There's also Space Mavericks, who I absolutely love. Space Mavericks is like Worms or Angry Birds in space on steroids. Really, really cool. And we've also got Creo. Creo are a massive up-and-coming gaming platform, very similar from my perspective to Nakamoto Games, and we all know how well Naka was doing when gaming was popping off. They were ripping crazy. But Creo, I think, got huge potential. And what I love about Creo is that they've got government backing. They are also trying to educate, and they've got an amazing platform to showcase games off as well. I could go on for quite some time, JR. So there are a lot.
You're very passionate, which is good. Look, what I want to do is, obviously, we're going to see the game in a minute. Let's talk about the price of the token, because I know there was obviously an issue on the launch day, and I think the best thing in crypto is like transparency and to kind of turn like a negative into a positive, just so people know, because anyone that's looking at the token, obviously it's gone down, an amazing buying opportunity. It's down the floor. It's only going to go up from here. But let's kind of speak about that. But before we speak about that, we're going to do a giveaway at the end of the live stream. Make sure you're following Sheertopia on Twitter, and also just comment, put your Solana address in the comments. This is probably the easiest way to do it, and make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. And then we're going to go through someone at the end and basically send over one Solana. Let me get your Twitter up. It's just Sheertopia, isn't it?
Yeah, at Sheertopia.
At Sheertopia. Let's quickly.
It should be at the bottom anyway. Yeah, there you go.
There we go. So let's click on that. And then my Twitter is just JR Cryptex, the same as the YouTube channel. So yeah, cool. Let's speak about the price of the token.
Yeah, of course. So look, full transparency, and this is something that happens with a lot of projects that you see out there. And we launched our token. We had a number of advisors and KOLs and people that were working with us to help, obviously, that initial first growth, and have helped us to build as we've been going. I'm not going to mention names on a live stream, but what I do want to just make clear is that one of the advisors did not stick to what they said they were going to do. They received tokens from us. I've got multiple parts of information that have been exchanged that I still have, because from a legal standpoint, I needed to ensure that I'd done that. But they were not meant to sell their tokens. They sold all of them. It cost us a lot of money on that day for the launch in terms of liquidity. And it also made the price of our token go underneath what our original IDO price was. So we'd raised a lot of money from IDOs, and because the price went underneath that, unfortunately, a lot of people had asked for refunds, and rightly so. And we gave them the refunds back. So that was the first thing that we had to contend with. And we came back from that with a bang. You know, I think consistency pays off. You'll always see these charts, they go up, they go down. As long as people are in the background building and constantly working and are consistent, you come back from all of these things. And we worked with a couple of different influencers, got the price up to a brand new all-time high of over $3.50. And from there, obviously, people started to take some profits, which included some VCs as well. Some of those VCs, again, which I'm not going to name, had taken profits at a percentage that were higher than what was agreed on the SAFT agreements that we had with them. And as a result, we're no longer working with them, because ultimately you know, your word is your bond in any form of business, never mind Web3. And it's just really difficult to find people that you can trust. And unfortunately, when it came to these VCs, it just wasn't the case. Also, we had a couple of issues that came to light with one of the team members that we had. Again, I'm not going to mention any names, but it did have some effects, not a crazy effect, but it did have some effect and didn't help. So we've literally restructured that internally. We've looked at where these issues have occurred, how we can ensure that they never happen again. And it's been a big learning process for us, but this is our first crypto project that we're running of this nature and of this scale. And unfortunately, some of the people that we thought that were along with us for the ride, for the vision of what we're trying to do here, it's just unfortunate that you know, they weren't people of their word. And it's just put us in a position where we are being a lot tighter with anyone that we choose to work with to ensure that we don't have things of this nature happen again. You know, it's
what it is
we've seen.
Like, sorry, carry on.
No problem. No, I was just going to say it's a huge decline that we've seen, but that presents a huge opportunity. You know, like I said to you earlier in the stream, I'm not focused on the price today. I know what we're building. I know what's coming. I know what stage of the market is coming next. And people that really do believe in what we're building and what we're doing and what we do and who we're working with, they're going to get the opportunity of a lifetime. And others that are sat on the fence will wait till the price comes up a bit higher and then potentially get involved. But I don't have all my focus on the price because we're building a quality product, and the product and the utility of that product will come good. These things always do.
This is first of all, I know the majority of the KOLs in the space, the influencers, all these people that do the YouTube. Obviously, we're on a YouTube video now, the stream, but I know all of these guys that are pushing coins, and I know the other side of it as well. And 99% of them can't be trusted. 99% of them have done exactly what's happened. I'm not going to mention the guy's name, but the guy that dumps on you is known for doing this in the industry. And it's like these guys are meant to kind of come on, support the project, help the project, and what they do is they get all their communities to buy, they get everyone to ape in, and then they dump on you, they dump on the communities, and they don't give a shit about anyone apart from themselves. So it's not unheard of what's happened, and I think it's about and what I always say to projects as well is the price action right now is irrelevant. Obviously on utility, not meme coins, because price action is everything on memes, but I mean on utility projects, especially like gaming and stuff, it's what you're building, and because ultimately you're building a business, right? So as long as you do everything right in the background, the price action as a byproduct is just going to come naturally. So it's kind of it's not really anything to worry about. And look, I've been in crypto for a long time now. When I see red charts and red candles, it's a buying opportunity. You don't want to be one of these idiots buying Bitcoin at 60K and then selling at 30K. So I've got a lot of friends that they're still like this, but they will typically buy at the top and sell at the bottom when you want to buy at the bottom and sell at the top. I know it's kind of easy done, but the charts are an opportunity right now, because what you guys are doing and what you're building and the team you've got as well is it's going to do things. It's going to do big things. So I'm excited for what you guys are going to do.
Thank you.
This market and kind of ongoing. So let's check out the game. Before we check out the game, I just want to say, because I don't know if everyone heard me before, we're going to be doing a giveaway. Put your Solana address in the comments of the YouTube. Okay, I've just remembered we're streaming on a couple of different platforms, so just put your comments put your Solana address in the YouTube video. I don't know if the YouTube video, the link is on your platform. Is it on your Twitter? Have a look.
Sorry,
just be
what are you looking for? The
I think
live?
it's on the live, just so people can. All right, well, people putting it now. Yeah, so just make sure you like, subscribe, follow both of us on Twitter, and just put your wallet address for Solana in the comments on the YouTube, and then we'll be doing a giveaway at the end. Let's check out the game and see what it's like.
No problem. Right, so I'm just going to share my screen. Bear with me a second. Just need to connect it. Right, there we go. Right, so you should be able to bring my screen onto. Yeah, just let me know that you can see that. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to open up Sharetopia here. So we're built in Unity. A couple of important notes as well. We're one of the very few games, again, in this industry that's got full controller support as well. So what we've got is the ability for people to connect via Bluetooth to your mobile device with your Xbox controller or your PlayStation controller or any of the compatible controller. And I think that makes a big difference because then you can AirPlay it to your smart TV as well. So I'm just going to show you guys around Sharetopia a little bit.
I'll just say one thing as well, just before you start.
Here.
Sure. The graphics on the actual phone are really, really good, but obviously on the stream it's a bit fuzzy just because streams are fuzzy. But on like download it, check it out. The graphics are spot on. It's really good.
100%. Yeah, we get a lot of comments saying that it's very Fortnite-esque in terms of the quality of the graphics. But I just want to show people a little bit of the gameplay. So, you know, there are different quests that you can undertake. So I'm coming over to Spartan Doge here. I can interact with him. And, you know, it takes you through the storyline and the lore. So you can have a chat with the different characters. I'm just going to skip through this. So now I've got to go to these different areas that are highlighted in red and find different parts. So this is part of the questing system. And you'll see here that there's a part that I need to collect. So pick up that part. And now I've got to go off and find the next red area, which is over here, and head over. And what you're trying to do here is you have to collect multiple parts to build these generators. And once you've built the generators, you are then able to transport to another location, which is where you'll start fighting hordes of enemies. And that's in like an RPG style. Now, this is really hyper casual, laid back for people that want to interact with it. You're not going to get attacked by anything in this environment. It's just completely free roam and open world for you. And what I also want to show you guys is some of the different cool things that you can do while you're in the world as well. We've got a lot of new functionality that's come in that will allow you to climb up the walls. It will allow you to also attack different bad guys that you will find in the forest areas. But I just want to show you there are a couple of things that we've recently added. So there's support for swimming now. So if I jump in the water, get to a deep area, you'll notice now that I can start swimming around. And we're going to have some cool mini games that we can add in here where you can collect different tokens and items and have races and what have you. And you'll see here as well, like I was saying to you guys before, we have different buildings. So this is Scale Network, and that's the Scale logo that you can see there. And outside of the building, we have got this non-playable character that he's beckoning me over there with his hands. I can interact with him, and he lets me know all about Immutable. Sorry, not Scale Network, Immutable. That's my bad. Their logos are quite similar. So yeah, this tells you all about Immutable, what they do, how it works, all about the Immutable passport and how it allows you to log in with ease and create a wallet for you automatically. And this is that educational content that is going to work no matter what is happening, because even if you're not interested in learning about this, if you're playing the game subliminally, that information is going into you. Yeah, you can skip through it, but we're encouraging people to interact with this and to find out more. So I'm just going to skip that for the time being because I want to try and get through everything for you. But these buildings, what we're eventually doing is you're going to be able to go inside them and you'll be able to interact with different content. So what Immutable will be able to do is inside of the building, they can have a video that's playing. They can have an NFT that someone can interact with. You can have all of their social links that people can go and interact with. So we're making this Web3 world inside of a gaming ecosystem. And we think that that's really important, and it makes us very unique in comparison to other games in the space. Now, this is some alpha for you. This is called Lambo Run. And anyone that wants to try this out, we will have this available in the coming weeks that you will be able to interact with it for alpha testing. But because obviously I'm CEO and founder of the project, I'm able to just try all of these things out early. But if you've played like Subway Surfers and Temple Run, it's very similar to that. So what we're going to have going on here in the game is you can collect different coins. You can also see how far you can get before you die. I got done by the lava there. But the whole point of this is to get other players competing against each other. So we're going to be holding tournaments. We're going to be holding weekly leaderboards and have prizes to see who can collect the most tokens, who can get the furthest without dying. And there'll be prizes for that. So there'll be tournaments that we run. And that can lead further down the line to having esports competitions and things like that, which is also really important with onboarding because it's a major element within the gaming sector that's exploding. Esports is huge. So I'm also going to show you, which is one of my favorites. Let me just find where it is. That's over there. The parkour mini game as well. But we're going to be adding lots of additional mini games to the map so that there is always something that people can play and interact with. And obviously, when you've got a multiplayer aspect to this, you're also going to be able to here you go. This is something cool to show you. Multiplayer, you're going to be able to interact with different players. These are dotted around the map, and you'll occasionally come across them. You'll notice that there's a new icon that's come up here. These are treasure chests that are hidden, and we've got a live airdrop currently with Ambo tokens, XP, but some of them are also empty. So I'm going to click on it, and you can see in the top left there how much XP I've got, 1,156. I've got 2 Ambo tokens that I've found. So we'll see if I get lucky. Okay, no Ambo tokens this time, but I've got additional XP that you can see there. And all of this is live. So anyone can go and download this and play this now. And it's a lot of fun, and people really enjoy it. We get fantastic feedback from the community. And I would really encourage people to get involved in it. But I really want to show you guys the parkour as well. It's another one of our big buildings here with Carbon Browser, and another one of the NPCs outside there that you can interact with. And we've got these dotted all over the map. Another one here, here's Scale Network. So you can see there, it's the Scale building, and you've got another one of the NPCs outside here that you can interact with and find out more about Scale Network. And we can have call to actions on all of these. So whether it's going off and looking at a new game and downloading and installing it, or whether it's visiting a website, or whether it's watching a video, we've got options for everybody on this. But it's a lot of fun. It's a casual game. But if you want to get involved in something that's a little bit more competitive, I would definitely recommend people check out the parkour, which I'm trying to head over to right now, because we've got weekly competitions that we run on this. Where is it? What I might do is, I think that I've got, yeah, I think I'm in the test flight. So what I'm going to say again, sorry.
When can you get the gun and start shooting stuff as well? Because I know a lot of people like me, they want to kind of come in and shoot shit.
Yeah, I'm with you. So that's once you've carried out the quest. So you see on the left hand side, it shows you quest 1, and also you've got like a little white button at the top that looks like a scroll. If you tap onto that, it gives you a list of the quests that you need to carry out. Once you've carried out those quests, you'll then be able to go through the teleporter. And that's when you start all of the fighting aspects. So, I mean, we've got different trailers that people can check out as well. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to stop sharing the screen for a second and just open up the other game because I think this is the test flight version that I'm showing you guys, and that's why you can't see the parkour. So let me just close that down and bring it back up. But we've got loads of videos that we can share for you guys to see how that works. And if you go off and download it yourself, that big blue kind of portal that you could go into, there's a yellow one as well. It's just because I've got the test flight version. That's the one that's got that Lambo run game. And we've also got Gen S Battleground that is very close to completion as well, which I'm excited to show people. And then perhaps on the next stream that we do, we could showcase that game to other people. Just gonna start.
When's that going to be ready, that one?
It's pretty much ready now. We're just doing some final UI touches to it, and we're adding some additional game characters and special moves. But we're running a Zedi campaign very soon that is basically for alpha testing. For anyone that wants to get involved, there'll be some different tasks that they need to carry out, and they'll be able to test it first before we roll it out to the general public. So these are people that we want to join our Discord, join our Telegram, verify their accounts, that kind of thing. And then they'll get early access to it, but we'll keep you guys in the loop on that. Right, I'm just trying to see if I can get you that parkour up, because it is a really cool part of the game.
Read it.
Yeah, there you go. Got it. Okay.
JR just wants to shoot out all of his stress. I just like shooting.
No, a lot of people love that. No, I get that. A lot of people love the shooting games. So what I've done here is I've just started a new game so that I've got access to this is what's available on the App Store and the Google Play Store. So you've got the two that I was trying to explain to you guys earlier. What I was on was the test flight version, which just had the blue one. So here, this has been out for a while. This is our parkour game. So this, you've got different abilities.
This bit where it goes up to Pepe, I think.
Yeah, exactly. So again, we've got branding here for Quick Swap, and you can interact with Pepe there to find out about Quick Swap and then go and visit their website. And this will give you like Assassin's Creed vibes. So this one, for people that love that more kind of competitive, fast-paced gaming experience, this is a lot of fun. But this particular level, really, really easy. Once you get onto like level 2 and level 3, it's extremely challenging. So I want to hear anyone that manages to get all 3 parkour levels completed and see what time you get it in. So the plan of action that we've got with that is you've got to go through and do the quests. You've got to collect the items. For some people, that's the boring part, but we want you to get a grip of what we're building here with Sharetopia. Then you can come into the parkour and do all 3 levels at the same time, and you get timed on that. So how fast can you get through it?
Jim?
Yeah, sure. Let me just jump out of this.
Have you got like an easier version of the game? Just because my community have got like the attention span of a fish. So is there an easy level that these guys can play it? Because that game they run to the first bit and
no. Honestly, the open world part of it that I've just shown you, that is the easy part. Like you can't die, you can't mess it up. All you've got to do is follow the instructions.
They find a way to die.
But no, it's literally all they've got to do is just it's all good. But it's really easy. Follow the instructions. Go and interact with the NPCs that you're told to. Go and find the parts. Once you've found the parts, you can build the generators. The generators then get you past the quests that you need so that you can go through the portal. And then you've got these waves of enemies that you've got to fight. Now, the reason that we've done it in that way is I want people to have that whole experience. I want them to experience a bit of everything. Some people just love the parkour. Some people just love the open world experience and learning more about Web3. Some people like finding the parts and building them together and feel a sense of satisfaction from that. And I know that some people will love the Lambo Run game when we drop it, and some people will love the Gen S Battleground when we drop it. Eventually, what I want to do is just have it that you can do whichever one you want, whenever you want, and keep it really, really simple. But right now, we're still in a testing phase. You know, this isn't our full-fledged product. It's not finished. This is like beta testing to the public. And that's the vital information that we want. We want the community to tell us. If they turn around and like, this takes too long or it's boring, we're going to listen to you. We're going to take that into consideration. The community always have a voice in our project. That's really, really important to us. The future development of the project, what we're building, what our plans are for the future. We want that involvement from the community, because ultimately more heads are better than one. Yes, the main direction and the vision of what we're doing is going to come from the team, but we want that involvement from the community. We want that feedback from the community because it's important. You know, we are planning to do a first-person shooter. We're planning to do virtual reality gaming. You can play Rise of Sheertopia with an Apple Vision headset right now if you want to. You know, we're really at the forefront of technology with what we're building, and we've got so much more to come.
And how many people we didn't actually touch on this before, how many people have you got in the team at the moment?
There's over 20 in the team. This is a mix of blockchain developers, gaming developers, website UX UI, marketing, obviously as well from an advisory perspective. We've got people that are at the top of their game, people that have been in impact investing for over a decade, people that have worked and studied at Sloan Business School and understand tokenomics and monetization models and flows, and every single area that you look, we've got experts at the top of their game. Our game development advisor, Sonny, he's worked with Rockstar Games. He worked on Grand Theft Auto 5. He's worked on Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2. These are some of the biggest games in history ever. You know, these are the types of people that I've brought in. I made sure that we brought in the best of the best because I want the product to be a success. I want to make sure that what we're giving to the end user is great. I don't want it to be, you know, a crappy little game that gets forgotten about. We're trying to make a difference here, and you need quality for that. So we've worked hard on this for over 2.5 years now. This is where we're at, but we're still only just getting started.
Let's have a look. When did the coin actually launch again? I can't.
The coin came out in March.
Only this year. Yeah,
March the 19th. But we've been building on this for over 2.5 years.
But do you know what it is? Even with the charts, obviously, with the drop, if you look at every single project that launches, they typically always have that drop. So if you didn't have the problem, obviously, with a KOL that dumped on the project and you probably wouldn't have even had that drop. But I mean, it's very healthy, the charts. And what we at now, like 3p, and then the all-time high is like literally 100 and something x, 110x or something back up to the thing. So, and like, it's
that's the crazy thing that people keep. No, I was just going to say that's the crazy thing that people keep telling us as well. They're like, you're right at the beginning of your journey, and you already had like a 3 million plus market cap and had an all-time high of $3.50. Peak bull run. Where are you going to be, and how big's the opportunity with the price point right now? Now, I'm not sitting here saying that people can get 100x, 1000x, or any of that other stuff. I don't speculate like that. I'm here to build a quality project, and I'm working with a very fantastic team with a lot of experience. I believe in what I'm building and the future of the project, but I think anyone that's got a bit of sense that is looking at the industry and saying, whereabouts are we in the cycle? What is the likelihood based on other events that are happening in the world that we've still got a nice blow off top phase of the market still to come? And what are the narratives that are likely to pop off? And I think that's the part where we fit into a lot of those categories. We have got AI that's built into the game that we're working on. We are a GameFi project, and we've got earning mechanisms. We've already got our game out there. You know, we're not coming to the market with an idea. We're already out. You know, you can go touch, play the game, feel it. We're already partnered with some huge names, and I think that kind of speaks for itself.
Well, we haven't even seen the gaming really this cycle. Kind of, we haven't seen it kind of blow up. We've seen a bit of AI. Obviously, seen memes for like nearly the last 6 months going crazy. But I mean, we haven't seen.
Yeah.
You go through phases in every cycle, right? And gaming hasn't had its time yet. And I think that this game, with everything that you're building, everything that you're doing in the background, you're not even going to need to worry about the price action. I think that's just naturally going to come. The same as Sandbox, the same as Decentraland, the same as these coins that absolutely blew up last cycle, and then out of nowhere they've done like 100x or 2. Coins. So I'm doing crypto full time. So I'm advising on projects. I've got the group. I'm started doing content recently and stuff. But I've been in this game for like nearly 6 years, maybe even 6.5 years now, and kind of I'm looking at projects all day long. And 99% of these projects that I'm looking at are a load of shit. They don't really have anything. And even other gaming projects, like the game is just very, very basic. You know, like them fucking pixel games where they're like running and jumping and hopping over shit, and it's kind of fairly basic stuff. And I think what you guys have done in terms of the back ends and kind of what you're building, you're gonna win as we're coming into this cycle. I can definitely see that happening, because there's not many other games companies within gaming that are doing what you guys are doing. So I'm excited to see where it goes, to be honest. And it'd be good to have the have your maybe next week as well to show us if it's ready. The was it the multiplayer?
Gen S Battlegrounds. Well, we could even go against each other, test it out.
Yeah, you'll probably beat me.
Yeah, exactly.
What was it? Is it on the phone as well?
This one's not on phone. This is our first desktop standalone game. So everything that we're building inside of Sharetopia that you can play, like the mini games, the parkour, the Lambo run, but even Gen S, there'll be ways for people to interact with it. It does actually work with mobile, but it's not optimized for it. But this is more of a desktop related game, because we realized that a lot of the Web3 gamers that are out there, they tend to be keyboard mouse type individuals, and a lot of the games that are in the industry, that's how people play them. We just wanted to make sure that we're also not shutting a door on that area and having both of them as options for people to interact with. But I think it's literally, for me, what we've built with Gen S Battlegrounds is like, I grew up playing games like this. I found them so addictive, so fun. But I just think it tips a hat to the industry sector with all the cool characters that we got in there. We've got like Grandmaster Elon. So imagine Elon Musk with like a big long beard, a black kimono. He's got these badass martial arts kicks and punches. And we brought him in as a character because it's fun. It's like, it's the industry, it's the culture. But we've also got our own unique characters that have got unique special abilities and moves. And I just want I want people to bring the fun back to gaming, you know? It's like some of the games that you play, they're too serious. It's crazy. You know, and not to knock professional, you know, crazy type gaming, because I play Call of Duty Zombies. I'm a record holder in it, and I love that. And it's like one of my favorite games of all time. But if you look at Nintendo and the Wii and think about it, when you've got mates that all want to play together and have fun, and it's more relaxed and chilled, there's still a huge market for that, especially in Web3. And there are a few companies that are out there that have done it really well, like Forgotten Playland's another one. They've got a really cool like mini game type vibe, and it gave me kind of Toy Story vibes. But for us, I think that there's a niche for us. I think that we've got something unique. We stand for something unique, and I'm excited for the future because we've got a lot coming.
So am I. It's good to be supporting you guys. I just want to say one thing, because just messaged me. For some reason, everyone's putting the Solana wallet addresses on Twitter. If you guys could just come onto the YouTube, put it on the YouTube, just because it's going to be difficult to go through the Utopia's comments, my comments, YouTube, like it's all going to be all over the place. So to be entered into the competition, come on to the you the live stream, and just put the Solana address, your Solana address, in the comments on the YouTube, not the Twitter. Okay. Yeah, I think people are going to start doing it now.
Yeah, they'll figure it out.
Bro, God, I just saw the message.
No, it's all good.
This is my first stream. I'm still getting used to this as well.
You've nailed it. You've nailed it. I think you've done a great job. I mean, that's another thing about what we do as well. It's like we're in spaces all the time. We're in streams every week. Like I live stream and I invite on people and speak to them about their projects, because this isn't just all about us and all about Sharetopia. I really want to be an ambassador for this industry sector and help it to grow in the right direction. So when I'm doing live streams, we'll talk about interoperability and cross-chain compatibility, and we'll also be taking the mickey out of each other and laughing and talking about how England got further in the World Cup than Germany did. You know, we're real human beings. You know, I've got a family, I've got kids, I'm married. You know, it's like there needs to be a relatable aspect. It can't all be prim and proper, professional. Rah, 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 rah. You also 100%. Need to have something that people can interact with. My passion does that. And if you want to talk about high level stuff, I can do that. If you want to just have a laugh and a joke and a giggle and play a game, I'll do that with you too, because that's what it's about. It's about realizing that I'm no better than anybody else. I can't claim to be that. And I'm not trying to say, oh, you know, look at me, look at my lifestyle. You want to be like me. It's not who I am. I'm just here to build something great and make a difference. And I think that's part of the reason why a lot of these big players in the space love what we're building and what we're doing and are behind us and working with us.
Yeah, 100%. I completely agree. So yeah, let's do some questions. Let's see if anyone's got any questions.
Sure.
If you want to put your questions ideally on the YouTube.
See, well,
Twitter.
Well,
maybe YouTube on Twitter. I'll check my Twitter.
Yeah. No, I was going to say, welcome to the world of live streaming. This is where you have to be like, I've got to check YouTube, I've got to check X, I've got to check Twitch, I've got to check StreamYard, I've got to check this, I've got to check that. It's crazy. But as long as you're going through the comments and, you know, spend a bit of time to mention anything that's been said, that's the main thing. I'm just having a look on the comments in here now. So let's have a look. Well, first one is JR is an OG. So you're an OG in the space, my friend. We've also got...
Where are you looking
love the look of this. This is in the StreamYard. No, in the StreamYard. It will tell you where those comments are coming from. So JR is an OG. That came from X, from Gunnar. Yeah? And as you're scrolling through, Up to Invest on YouTube said, brilliant. And this is how you can just go through it. And is it Goengi or Goenji from YouTube said, is a great idea, to be fair. And Bob Beats on YouTube said, a lot of thought has been put into this. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay. And again, D Vinci on YouTube. And I love questions like this. What's going on with your game? Is the coin a rug? No, it's not a rug. The chart may look like that, but it is not. And, you know, I've made that clear and I'm always transparent with people. Unfortunately, we've had some issues to contend with. We've seen the price go up, it's come down, but we're still here and we're still building. You know, we're fully transparent. We're fully doxed. My face is out there. I talk about my family. I'm on spaces all the time. Even our office address is on our website. You know, we've got nothing to hide here. And let's have a quick look. What else have we got here? Early day wow vibes. Nice. From Chris Scott on YouTube. Let's see what else. Someone has said that they just downloaded the game and they're going to try it later. Someone else said the game looked pretty awesome. Someone else has just downloaded it. So yeah, there's actually a lot of comments for your first stream here. You've got a lot of comments on here. That's a 6CV.
Oxy mentioned
from Chris Scott. Yeah, there's loads of stuff.
Yeah, I'll wait to get to it.
Yeah, but obviously, anyone's got any further questions, feel free to ask. You can. Our DMs are always open. We're on Telegram. We're in Discord. You're more than welcome to come and ask questions, join our communities, and really appreciate the time to come on and speak today about Sharetopia.
Before we end the stream, first of all, Ollie's got a question just in regards to online. Is there ranking?
Sorry, can you say, Ollie? What was the question again? Because I'll cut out for a second then.
Is there an online player ranking in the game?
Yeah, there is. So when you're playing the mini games like the parkour and also Lambo Run that's come in, once you get to that timed element, you can press pause and you'll see the leaderboard and you'll see what your best time is that you've achieved. So every week we hold weekly tournaments where the people that get the fastest times, it's all recorded on chain, and it will literally do it based off of you connecting your wallet. So the way that you need to do that is you just sign in with Google. Once you've done that, the whole thing is taken care of for you in the background. You can use your MetaMask wallet and things like that as well. But where we are planning to go in the future is, and I've been speaking to the devs about that over the last few days, is we want to have like a multiplayer experience where you can have everybody online at the same time in Sharetopia. They can come and interact with each other. They can go into mini games together and race against each other. But that's something that's coming a little bit further for the future. Like I said before, this is just the beginning of what we're building here. And a lot of people think it's fantastic, but we've got so much more that's coming in terms of functionality, in terms of additional games, in terms of the online capabilities as well. Because we're focused on making that safe gaming space, it's very important for us how we build out the infrastructure. We don't want it that I can talk to you directly, voice to voice, because I could say something bad to you or you could say something bad to me. So instead, we have to come up with a way where we're using artificial intelligence to be able to filter out any words in chats prior to them being sent, so that no one ever receives any form of, hate messages or anything of that nature. And that's very important to us because it's what we stand for as a project. And these things take time to build out. So we're focusing on creating the mini games, making it fun, making it a safe gaming environment. The online capabilities are all coming for the future, and just keep an eye on our announcements, and there'll be more that we share over time.
Cool. What we need to do now is I want you to pick a winner, just because a lot of the guys are like from my community don't want to be towards anyone. Okay. So you can literally just pick someone at random. And then after what we do, I'll come over a soul and I'll put it in the top of the comments of obviously announce the winner, and then I'll put the transaction ID or whatever in the top of the comments so people can see. So yeah, after the stream.
I'm with you. Do you know what? I'm going to go with Chris Scott. And yeah, Chris Scott. It was the comment that says the mantle mechanic looks smooth, and I appreciate that for our parkour game. So that's someone that I can clearly tell is paying attention in the stream. So there you go. Well done, Chris.
Amazing. Winner. Give me about 10 minutes, Chris. I'll get that over to you after the stream, and I'll put the transaction ID in the top of the comments so everyone can see. So awesome. Yeah, I think it's been great. I think we do the other stream maybe next week. We schedule it either next week or the week after, whenever it's ready. Go for the multiplayer gameplay, and it's been a pleasure. Yeah,
really enjoyed coming on today. Appreciate everyone that's tuned in and left comments as well. I'm excited to come on to future streams, and please make sure that you're following us, guys, because we're building a lot more, and we've got some amazing things that are coming.
100%. Remember to like and subscribe and drop a comment down and share the video if you can. And yeah, we'll see you guys soon. Thanks for joining.
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it, guys.